So today we are going to be creating our very own eBay account. So the very first thing that you're going to want to do is open up an internet browser. You can either open up Firefox or Internet Explorer, or if you have another internet browser, go ahead and open that up. And in the address bar, which I have highlighted, we're going to want to type in www.ebay.com. And we'll click on enter, and that'll bring up the eBay page, and it'll just take a little bit of time to load that up. And once we're there, we're going to want to click on register, which is the button that says register in the red on the right hand side of the page. And this will bring up a screen that we'll have to enter in a lot of different information. And we'll just start at the top here. We'll have to enter our first name. And all this information is just fake information that I'm entering, but that's okay. You'll enter your real information to create your very own eBay account. So far we've gone through the first and last name, street, city, and state. You'll enter your zip code, your country, and your primary phone number. But before we go on to the primary phone number, our zip code is incorrect. So just make sure if you enter any incorrect information, it will come up with please correct this information. And then your primary telephone number, and then your email address. This is going to be the email address that you'd like eBay to send any emails regarding possible payment or other news that eBay will have to inform you of. Or also other eBay users sending you an email. But you also have the option later on after you register to modify who sends you emails and whatnot. So the next step is to create your very own user ID. And for an example, we could just do something really basic. Let's see, Sears 23. Let's just see, maybe no one's ever used that. But unfortunately someone has, and like I said before, if something is wrong when you're entering information, it'll come up in the red, and it'll tell you that you need to change it somehow, and just go ahead and read that. I really don't like that user ID or any of the recommended user IDs in the box below. So I'm just going to go with burnt cookies 343. Don't ask me how I got that. I did have cookies yesterday. They were pretty good, but they weren't burnt. And let's check our user ID. I forgot to do that one more time. That user ID is available. And then to create our own password, we need to follow 4 items. The first is it has to be between 6 and 20 characters. It has to have letters, numbers, and or symbols. And don't use something that's similar to your user ID. So if you're using burnt cookies 343 as your user ID, don't put that in as your password, and that's really easy to guess. And don't put in your email address as well. Another thing is don't just put like password as your password. People can easily guess that, or something like the example eBay gives, ABC123. So I'm just going to type in a password here. It meets the requirements. And then I'll click on re-enter your password, and I'll re-enter it. And if you're having trouble getting to the next field, you can always press tab, and that's going to be on your keyboard on the left-hand side. Tab will bring you to the next field. And you need to pick a secret question. I'm going to put, what is the name of your first school? And my secret answer, don't tell anyone else this, because if you forget your password, you're going to need to know your secret question. So I'm just going to put Wilson. So remember that. And one other requirement is you have to be 18 years or older to use eBay. That's just one of the requirements. So you just have to enter the date, month, and the year. And I'm obviously not 109 years old, but just for example's sake, to get you started on your very own eBay account. So the very last part, we're going to have to verify our account. We just have to enter the information that is provided, and that's the numbers to the left, which is 118755. And that'll be different for you, but If you need to listen to the code, just click on the listen to the verification code. Or if that code's not working, maybe you can't see one of the numbers, just click on refresh the image. And the last part is you have to agree to the user agreement and privacy policy. And I'll bring up the user agreement, just click on it. If you want to read it, it has the description to what the user agreement is. And I'd highly recommend going to that. And along with that, I'd click on the privacy policy. At least briefly read through it. I mean, you don't have to, it's not required, but in case something goes wrong when you're dealing with eBay, or if you have a question, this can help you out. So once you're ready for that and you've read through it, click on I agree that, and then you've agreed to the user agreement and the privacy policy, and that you've agreed that you are at least 18 years or higher in age. And then you just click on register, and you'll be set to have your very own eBay account. Just remember your user ID and password, and you'll be set to buy and sell on eBay.